Hi, my name is Jack Roberts, and in this short 15-minute video, you will learn how this one town beat COVID-19. This community in hard-hit New Jersey beat this pandemic, and their county fared the best in the entire state, and they did it without one penny, $1, nada, no taxpayer money whatsoever. Plus, I'm going to give you a free download guide on how your town, your community can win against COVID 19, doing it exactly what this town did. And I'm going to give you a download of all my research and notes from this video. So let's get started. Please understand, I am not a doctor. Please understand, I'm not a researcher working on COVID 19. I don't even play one on TV. I'm a business and career coach, and I'm simply explaining what this community did and sharing the information of how and why they did it. Now, this video is not edited. I'm recording this live in one take. There's not going to be any fancy graphics, just information to share with you. So we'll show you exactly what this town did, the supplies they purchased, where they purchased them, and why they purchased what they did. Now, the community is in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. The community consists of Reddington, Flemington, and the surrounding areas. Basically, what they did is they had people make these Grandma Betty masks, and they sold them. They made all types of masks, from political masks to all types sports masks, every kind of mask you can get. They made over 3,000 masks, and they sold them at all different stores and restaurants in town. And with every penny they made from the sale of these masks, they bought supplies. They bought all kinds of supplies that were not just one or two. They bought tons of supplies. With the money they made, they bought pallets and pallets of the best possible supplies. And these supplies were recommended to them not by any old doctor or researcher or college professor. These were the frontline researchers on COVID-19 who told them what to buy and where to buy it from. So that's what they did. And these supplies, where they bought them from, they could be bought anywhere. We happen to buy them from BioTC Labware. This is where we purchased from. They now have these little packaged together. Again, they have the soap that they use, the cleaners that they use, and the masks that they have. What they did is, after we bought all these supplies, we donated them to the rescue squads and the hospitals. We wanted to protect those workers. The hospital said, hey, listen, we don't need anything more. So we figured, what else can we do to help stop the spread of this disease? So the postal workers are going to every single human being, every single house in the county. So we donated supplies to all our postal workers. And then we knew our stores were open. So we donated them to the dollar store, the McDonald's, all the pizza places, the grocery store, the bagel shop. We made it so it was safer for a county worker to go get breakfast at the bagel shop than it was to report to work. And you know what? It worked. This circle represents Hunterdon County. They were the best in all of New Jersey and still are. This was working. The county was the safest in all of New Jersey. No one has died in over 2 months. Not one customer or worker got sick or died. We wanted to share this plan with everyone, so we reached out to our local government. We reached out to our county government. We reached out to our state government. We reached out to the media. No one cared. Not one of these people, no one would share our information. Why? I mean, why did no one in the government care? We actually offered the exact same supplies to the government in order to protect the workers, but the local county governments, they wouldn't even take our donations. And then if we could help other communities save themselves without any taxpayer money, why would they not want to share this? Anyway, I had to do some research of my own, and I ignored all the news because the recommendations I got from the frontline staff and how to protect my family, things just weren't adding up. So because I'm over 55, I was overweight, asthmatic, I have sleep apnea, I was concerned. I didn't want to get this disease. So I took one of the frontline experts' advice. Every day, I wash my hands with this 4% CHG soap. Every day, I take a multivitamin with vitamin D. And every day, I took that. I also took zinc every day. Now I'm doing it about 3 to 5 times a week. And quinine, I was doing that every day, now a few times a week. I did even more research. Why this soap? Why were they telling me to wash with this soap? Well, basically, it kills germs for up to 24 hours. Okay, one of the researchers said that it's to keep the virus off your hands for at least 12 hours. That's why I did that. What about taking multivitamin with vitamin D? Why they tell me to do this? Isn't isn't taking too many vitamins dangerous? Couldn't you die from that? I remember reading that or hearing that on the news one time. Again, according to the National Institute of Health.gov, no one's died from an overdose of vitamin, not in the last 27 years. And some of the researchers stated that 97% of COVID 19 deaths had a vitamin D deficiency. I got to do some more research. Sure enough, NIH, vitamin D supplementation could help you with COVID 19 infections and deaths. And it was all over WebMD, all over the place. I found this. Everywhere I looked, vitamin D was telling you to help, saying that this is what you need to do. So I don't know why the news doesn't tell you that. There's more and more about this. Everywhere I looked, it talked about this. So what about the zinc and quinine? Now, I heard about zinc when you have a cold, and I know that, from my research, the common cold is, in fact, a coronavirus. But quinine, what the heck is that? I remember my dad used to drink quinine water. Quinine comes from a bark of a tree, and that's how they make hydroxychloroquine. But wait a minute. This is the stuff that's not been proven, and it's dangerous to everybody. Time for some more research. Quick search of this, and I found that, wait a minute, this actually blocks the COVID infection? And then more and more, this is really out there. More and more information. Clinicaltrials.gov, hydroxychloroquine zincs, this actually works? And I kept finding this. Prednisone and hydro, they're the best among the COVID-19 treatments. And then I found something really amazing because, I remember saying, oh, there's been no peer-reviewed studies, blah, 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 blah. That's just not true. There's a website called c19study.com. Okay, just up here where it says PrEP, this tells you PrEP, it's used as a prophylactic. Remember the president said he was taking this as a prophylactic? Post-exposure, meaning you've exposed to this disease. You've been diagnosed with it would be early, okay? Look down here. Every single person, they have a 100% success rate with these three things. And these were done with 84 different studies as of September 3rd, 2020. 49 of them are peer-reviewed. Why is the news not telling us this? And there's tons of other things out there. Some scientists at the University of California in Riverside had hundreds of drug candidates. Antibody drugs are working. Bacterial therapy are having all patients treated with this. It's amazing. Why is the news not telling us? Let's go back to Hunter County and see. Let's look at how many deaths happened. Let's just take this 1 month in April. We know that in April there was 39 deaths, and here's where we got this information down from the nj.gov. But let's look at the 5 previous years in April. Okay, and I got this information here. So we know that the average number of people who died in the month of April during the last 5 years, 2015 through 2019, was 392 total in the 5 years, divided by 5. The average number of people who died in the month of April in our county was 78.4. But you know what? Let's just be really conservative and use the highest number of 87. All right? Now, we know from the previous slide that Hunter County had 39 deaths in April. Majority of it coming from nursing homes and long care facilities, but that's another story, and you'll be amazed at what happened there, and I'll share that in the next video. So we take 87 plus the 39 deaths, we should have 126 for the month of April, correct? Right? So if we, take the largest number, let's just take it, even go way beyond and say 130 deaths in the month of April for 2020, right? Well, let's look at the facts. In the month of April, we had 200 deaths. But wait a minute. It should be 130. That's not right. So, something's not right here. The only difference in April besides the coronavirus pandemic was that our government shut down our state. So it appears that COVID-19 killed 39 people and the shutdown killed over 70. And sure enough, when you start looking at suicides, things are happening around here that are causing the deaths of other people. Deaths from shutdown could exceed those from the virus. We must count the deaths from shutdowns as well. Shutdown could kill more Americans than COVID-19. What the heck is going on? And then you look at Peru. This is again from just recently. Peru, the country, the world, they had the strictest lockdown of all, and they have the most deaths. And then you look at Sweden. August 31st, officials praises Sweden's response to the coronavirus. Now, they took that down for some reason, but I don't know why. But let's look at the facts in Sweden. Do you know that the country never locked down? And they kept children in school the entire time. And you know what? Not one child in Sweden between the ages of 1 and 19 had died of this. And a matter of fact, the percentage of children who actually got the virus, it was the exact same as in Sweden as it was Finland, but Finland locked down its schools. And the studies also showed that there was no increased risk for teachers. Sweden has had almost no deaths recently from COVID-19. Their entire society remains open, and no one wears a mask. So for all intents and purposes, the virus is completely over in Sweden. And here's the information on that one. But let's just focus back on New Jersey again. Now, we don't know that the tests keep going up, and they're telling everybody to take tests, and the daily cases were going down even when the tests were going up, except when they started the protests and riots, they started going up again. But even with the cases going up, hospitalizations were going down. Daily deaths were going down. And then we find out that people are dying with COVID-19, not from COVID-19. I know recently the CDC said that 6% of the cases reported died from COVID-19. The rest of them had other underlying conditions. And we also know that hospitals were reimbursed when they had patients who died from COVID-19. That is an absolute fact. The Italian health scientific advisor to Italy's health minister said, and I quote, only 12% of death certificates have shown a direct causality between coronavirus. So you heard about Italy. Wait a minute. These people aren't even really dying from this. There's something underlying it. But again, let's take that for another time. Could the government have made a big mistake about this whole thing with the lockdown? I mean, did all the major countries in the world make a mistake? Has the world ever made mistakes that could have cost millions of lives? Well, we know that the world went to war over weapons of mass destruction, except there were none. And over 600,000 people died violently because the world made a mistake. So in my opinion, stop getting your information passively. Get second and third opinions. This virus is real, but it's not as deadly as we thought, and we have great treatment options. Like I was told by one of the frontline experts, this is a media pandemic. The shutdown was a mistake, and we should open up everything right now. Now, I and my family and friends, we're not stupid. We wash every day with this 4% CHG solution. We take zinc, we take vitamins, and we take quinine. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to talk to your healthcare professional and make your own decision. We also wear masks when required by law and the rules. I'm not letting those, people are going to fight because someone tells me to wear a mask. I put a mask on. It's no big deal. But there's something going on here, folks. There's something going on. And we also want you to avoid large crowds. And telling the world that it's safe to protest and riot is wrong. That was the biggest mistake. That's why the cases went up. So, just so you know, we've made so much money with this that we've having free training for any recent college graduate who's looking for a job. They don't have a job. You can attend some free training. Okay, if you're a restaurant or store owner or business owner, we're offering free business training only for the first 500 because that's what was paid for by the sale of these face masks. And you could also get the wide for winning against coronavirus and my notes. Here's the website that you could go to get these things. Facebook.com guaranteed career coach. Go there and follow me, and we're going to be having more videos. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have a lot of videos. I'll tell you about that in 1 second. Reusablemasks.store is where you can buy our masks that we've been selling. And biotclabware.com is where we purchase the products. And this is the exact site where you get the exact products, okay? Now, in one of the next videos, I'm going to prove to you, that you've been conditioned to believe things that are simply not true. And I think maybe the government and media is doing this again. And also in this next video, I'm going to say, could this virus be man-made? Anyway, God bless. I thank you for watching this. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you in the next video.